Bang. Woo! Good morning, guys. It is another edition of Breakfast with the Boys. We are now coming to you every Friday morning because right here on Tarps Off Sports, we started the Jake Shields podcast. The former five-time world champion and myself will be bringing you all the hottest news in MMA and apparently some juicy stories because Jake lives a pretty fun life. He hangs out with some celebs and isn't shy about telling the in and outs of some very personal stories, including the brawl that ended Strikeforce. We're going to have like the first time ever hearing the full story being told to anyone about that. It's awesome shit. Don't miss it. But guys, Breakfast with the Boys, Friday mornings now. Don't you just love Fridays, guys? End of the week, going into the weekend. You can get tanked, have a few IPAs, Jay, maybe if that's what we're feeling.
Yep. Fridays
I
are the
think
best
we
days.
work more on weekends, though.
I think we work more. Jack, me and you never stop working with this fucking website. It's insane. But legitimately, it's all going to pay off in the end when we're living the good life. Speaking of funny shit, though, guys, right off the hop, did anyone see Jake Paul finally get what was coming to him today? Oh, my God.
What a ballsy move.
I mean, hey, got your hat. Okay, first off, this is probably going to make Jack mad, but like, I've calmed down. At first, I was like, what the fuck? Here's my first problem with what Jake Paul did. He made it about him, and it's Logan's time. Logan is fighting Floyd Mayweather. Logan. And all they talked about was Jake Paul. He did it by design. He had the got your hat merch ready to drop. Like, knew he was going to put himself in that position. Knew he was going to get in his face and pull that crap. And I think you could see Logan was visibly upset because there was people that thought this was maybe fake or whatever. That wasn't fake. There's some good footage of that. Jack, actually, let's roll that. Do you got that?
Oh, I got Jake Paul crying after the skirmish.
I got your hat.
I got your hat. Guy was a little worried. There is even
sack on him though. Holy shit.
Yeah, you gotta be nuts, man. You gotta be absolutely nuts.
You could visibly see that Floyd was upset just by his reaction of that whole thing, and then having 10 people plus holding him back as he continued to scream, chasing him down.
Oh yeah, he was really pissed, and I think he really cracked Jake Paul. I mean, we saw that picture of him after. He might have a chipped tooth. He definitely had a black eye. I don't know if he for sure had a cut above that eye as well, but I think he did. It looked like he was hiding it in that video. Like Mayweather someone finally gave it to that kid. He's a pretend fighter. When you get in real fighters' faces, bad stuff's going to happen. I'm glad to see someone finally stick up to that punk.
Yeah, and you know what? You heard Floyd telling him, like, I'm not a fucking joke. Like, don't make a joke out of me, bro. Like, to think you're going to take Floyd Mayweather's hat off his head and disrespect him like that. Like, bro, that's not a game. Like you just said, that's not a game you play, especially with someone like Floyd Mayweather. You just don't do that, man. It's just not. It's not smart, and he learned because there is good video. And if McLovin had done his job and fixed the goddamn clips to the goddamn size, we would have that good side video as well. But that's a whole other fucking story. That wasn't fake. Like, he got hit. You heard him get hit. He's got a black eye too. I saw him post on Instagram. So, I don't think he got it too bad, but he definitely ate a couple shots for sure. And yeah, it looked like Floyd almost took him down at one point. Did he go down?
I think he did go down in that little altercation. I think Floyd may have hit him with a right. And then you saw him like kind of drop, and then Logan
kind of
got
like
involved.
stumbled.
Logan looked pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's what going back to that is like, that was supposed to be about him. It's his fight. It's not Jake's fight. And it always has to be about Jake. And that's why people like Logan and don't like Jake. And man, it's like the equivalent of like someone proposing to someone on your wedding day or something. You know what I mean? It's just a fucking stupid move.
Now, do you think that Floyd's the GOAT in boxing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking about this earlier because I was thinking about this conversation we were going to have now. And it's like when I think of boxing, I still think of Muhammad Ali. Like that's still the first person
Oh
that
yeah, he
comes to my
lost a lot
mind.
of fights though, right? Like when you're
Yeah.
talking about Floyd, I mean, listen, did Muhammad Ali have to fight the best of the best back then? Oh yeah. Did he want to fight the best of the best
Yeah.
back then? Oh yeah. Did Floyd avoid Manny Pacquiao throughout his entire prime? You bet your fucking ass he did. And you know what? Listen, where I am anti Jake Paul, I hope Logan Paul clips him and wins because you know what? At least he seems like a pretty genuinely good person. I think when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul, and Logan Paul in the order of being bad guys, I think it goes Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather, then Logan Paul. So, like, you know, I'm not here to just hate on what the Pauls do. I think Floyd did pick and choose a bit of his fights growing up and coming up, but you know, that's boxing, that's business. They've all kind of done it. You see Anthony Joshua in boxing now, and Tyson Fury, and that should have, and him, and you know, there's a few guys he should have fought by now, and that's just the way the sport goes sometimes, you know. But other than that, man, I think it was an unfortunate situation for Logan to have to get involved in, but you know. Jake Paul is the number one troll on planet Earth right now. There's no question about it, man.
I think it's just
we have to talk about him every week.
Yeah, he's running the show, but I think it's unfortunate situations all around. Because we can talk about not getting a prenup. That's quite the unfortunate situation.
You bet your ass it is. Bill Gates and his wife, Melinda, have called it quits after like 27 years of marriage. No prenuptial agreement. Like, let me repeat.
Rain, Melinda. Make it
No
rain.
prenuptial agreement for Bill Gates, the guy who owns Microsoft, the guy who I'm pretty sure is making or doing something with the vaccines. He's always all over it. I don't know if he's got stock in it or some shit, but he's always all about them. But whatever, that guy, he's got to be worth like billions and billions of dollars. We are about to see probably the second richest woman on the planet behind Jeff Bezos' wife, and they're both coming from divorces, but not having a prenup when you got that much money. I mean,
who the fuck is this asshole?
What the fuck is wrong with him? Bill, what are you doing?
And you see, she got 100% of the Coke stock, the Coca-Cola bottle distributing. She got 100% of it. So it's only going to go up.
Don't they own the bottling factory in Mexico?
And now she owns it, not him. She got that.
Are you serious?
She got that.
I heard she's on an island they owned, and like he ain't even allowed on it. Like he ain't
not
even
allowed. The kids and the wife said no, Bill, not allowed. Not that even though he made their lives unreal, and every kid in America and Canada and wherever the hell you are is jealous as hell.
She won the lottery.
Dude, no, and the kids won the sperm lottery, dude. It's like just being born like Dana White's kid or Vince McMahon's
Tom Brady's kids.
Yeah, they better not take any of that money if they are going to be like a dick to their dad about this.
Yeah, they better. No, well, of course they're going to take it. They're going to take it all, bro. She's going to take so much, and I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the way he lives at all.
No, I wonder how much of that money.
He loses assets though, and that's what sucks.
Yeah, he just bought that huge, like, multi-million-dollar boat that he was going to travel the world in. I think it was. That wasn't too long ago. So I wonder what's going to happen there. I also wonder how much money Bill actually spends, because I know he puts a lot of it, back into research and back into certain things. So I wonder how much himself actually uses, on houses, cars, whatever else.
That's crazy.
Probably still a pretty penny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's still going to be more rich than I ever will be, even after this crazy divorce.
Bill Gates.
Well, speaking of divorces and breakups, we actually have something of a little bit coming back together here at Tarps Off Sports.
Yeah, I mean we can get into it. Yeah, we can get into it. Okay, let me take everybody back though, because like everybody's like, oh, always thinks like I always come out as the bad guy all the time. Everybody knows that. I always end up being the bad guy. So the short story is like, yeah, Bugzy, Newell, Bankus, and all the BGSU guys, I fired them. But here's why. Let's go back in time. So, and mind you, I love these guys. This is just business stuff, right? They pissed me off and I was worked up. But here, let's go through it. So, love those guys to death, but they always would start these projects. Like, hey, we want to do this video content. We're going to do this. And it would roll. The content would come. Everything would come. And then it would just stop abruptly. And no one would ever say, like, hey, we're not doing it anymore, or it's not happening and whatever. And that was like kind of annoying, right? But then they come up with the degenerates. And I fucking love it. Like, dude, they've had some ideas and I love you guys. And I promise you I do, but they suck. They've sucked. Jack, come on, back me up. Jack's just sitting here.
I mean, it's tough when it's the Kentucky Derby. You have the degenerates, which is a gambling thing.
Yes. Okay. So they start something called Tarps Off Sports Degenerates. They're putting out picks. They're doing their thing on Twitter. They're doing good. Boom. March Madness hits. They put out a podcast. Actually doesn't suck. Doesn't suck. I expected it. I was like, these kids aren't that energetic. I don't know how they're going to be on camera. They do great. Couple episodes come and just like everything else, it just fucking stops. And then it just becomes a Twitter thing. So I'm already pissed about all that. And they know it. Like, I'm not shy about saying, like, what the fuck, where is this? Asking a question. We have a whole group chat. Like, if I'm asking you something directly, if I tag you in it, like, I could just put in there like, yo, Jack, check this out. But like, if I tag you with like a pretty, like, where the fuck is this question? It's pretty well known. You're getting put on blast. Like, okay, like maybe we should get going on that. Right. But anyway, we end up having a million of those, like a million times. And then they get the Twitter account and the degenerate stuff's going. Bugzy cuts a hilarious video where he gives some gambling things, shotguns a beer. I'm like, whatever, let it be a Twitter thing. I love that. Kentucky Derby comes. The Kentucky Derby.
Gambling heaven.
It's the fucking Super Bowl of gambling. It's the Super Bowl of gambling. Bro, they didn't have anything planned, no stream, no video, no picks, no horses, no win play shows, no nothing. After like 2 months of on and off starting and stopping shit, I pulled a quick meeting with Jack and McLovin, who always defend these guys because they're great guys and amazing guys. And I always give them excuses too. But at that point, I was just like, no, fuck that. We can't have that. Like, this is the Kentucky Derby. We're running a fucking business. But, it is what it is, man. That's what happened. But as far as blogging and shit goes, Newell and Bugzy are like very, very good. Bankus is pretty good. Varun is very good. So they're valuable writers, but they just shouldn't focus any time on content creation because there's a lot that goes into it. And there's a lot of pressure that gets added because Jack and I put so much into this where guys are afraid to say like, hey, I have this coming up. But like, that's where it pisses me off because like I'll flip out if you don't do something, or I'll get on your ass if you don't do something. But like if you come to me and are like, bro, I have this, and this, like every single time I'm gonna be like, oh fuck yeah, man, don't worry about it. Every time. Yeah. Jack, when have I ever?
Oh, every
like,
time.
If you just tell me.
Pasta throws wrenches in the plans all the time with the shit he gets himself into. We're always planning around Pasta's bullshit.
Or whatever, man, but it's just communication, right? And that's what was lacking there. And could I initiate it? Could I have initiated it more? Like probably, but I was kind of waiting for.
We're busy too.
That yes, like I was waiting for that urgency, to like just contact me, right? But they can blog and whatever, but like video content, not their strong suit, and they don't have the time for it. It's time consuming.
Ooh. Sounds like a fun story of events. It kind of reminds me of when I follow Barstool, when Barstool had the Black Friday sales and El Prez started popping off on people because they weren't doing anything on the biggest day of the year. So that's what it related back to on the Kentucky Derby story.
Oh, yeah, the Kentucky fucking Derby.
Oh, man, yeah, and like when I lost it, I mean, they all knew, right? Like nobody, like, dude, when I said, like, you guys are done, like nobody was like, what the fuck? Like they knew.
I've never seen you lose your cool, but I feel like you're one of the ones that it's like, if you pop
Oh,
off, you're gonna go like straight like to 100.
Jack, that's fair to say, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you send knife emojis every now and then. You know?
it's true. Yeah, people do get threatened to get stabbed sometimes here. It's part of working here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm,
That's the fun part, yeah.
It's mostly just McLovin.
I've actually never gotten the knife emoji. Not
No,
once.
you've never caused me problems from the second you came here. You're probably one of like Germano and Jimmy had their thing, and that caused me huge problems. And McLovin with like the worst excuses in the world and like worst effort ever put into anything in the world have caused me a lot of problems. I'm just trying to think. Like Bugzy, like would never cause me problems if we ever just communicated, and like it's all good. It's all good. I love those guys. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love them, but like,
I'm pumped that Bugsy's coming back.
yeah, but the Kentucky, exactly. Me too. I love that guy. He's been here since the beginning. It just needed to like come to that point. It needed a couple days of just being away from it, and then you just come together and talk about it, right? So it is what it is, man. But like, I still don't feel like I don't think I was wrong in any of that still, though, I will say. And like, it is what it is, though. Like it's water under the bridge, right? It is what it is. But like I don't really think that I did much wrong, other than maybe could have like went for the communication myself. But like, I feel like we did a lot of warnings and like talks and like meetings and like different approaches, nice approaches, bad approaches. Like it just never worked, right? But true. Content creation is tough, man. And it's like eventually you got to just put people where they're meant to be put. Like McLovin's so much better not editing anything now.
Facts.
Content creation really is the craziest thing. I mean, I'm only semi-involved, obviously, with this, and potentially more to come. But just trying to stay up to date with basically every little thing that's happening, trying to appeal to certain audiences, keeping up with the social media trends that are happening, the different apps. Now you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Triller, you have Twitter.
Don't forget Reddit.
You have Reddit and obviously Throwback, but we used to have MySpace.
Oh yeah, God bless MySpace.
Just staying up to date with anything, like it's props off to anyone who's in that field. Obviously, you guys, shout out to you guys and everything you're doing too.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's a lot of like little tedious small work. It's not necessarily hard. It's just constant.
Yeah, it's the job. Never sleep. Always gotta be ready for the next thing.
Oh yeah, I look like shit. I always got bags under my eyes. I always look like I'm dying. It's hilarious. Speaking of dying, everyone in LA thought they were dying because of Elon Musk. He has their Starlink satellites.
Yeah, just the red lights in the sky looked like the alien invasion was coming and forming. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the videos. If I was stoned out of my mind and I looked up in the sky and I saw that, I'm thinking there's aliens coming.
Oh, I would have absolutely thought there was aliens coming. It was hilarious, man. If you guys can, make sure you check that out. Speaking of Elon Musk, he's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live coming up this weekend. Me and Jay are excited because if there could be little mention of a certain coin that we have a good stake in, then the money's just going to keep going up. Yes, we're talking about Dogecoin again. Jack's favorite subject. He loves when we get into it. Jay, we touched 69 cents the other day, 70 cents.
What was your thoughts leading up? What was your thoughts leading up to that?
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, why is this going off so fast? I got in late at like 17 cents. And then I'm sitting here looking at it at 70. Like I was kind of like, am I stupid for buying this at 17 cents? Like I'm late to the meme. Like I'm in my 30s. Like what up, boomer? Like I'm going to be late to this. Dude, it has smashed my expectations. It's back down to 55 cents now, but it's been hovering around that. If that's the floor of it after that Saturday Night Live, she's going to take a couple days, but it's going to 75, 80 cents next for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from the coin that started as a joke and now is the people's coin.
It is the people's coin.
And so many places are starting to accept Dogecoin as payments. That's why I think we're trying to find a way to put it on our website for our merch. I'm going to find a way. We will. I promise you, by the time we get here next week, Tarps off will be taking Dogecoin. That'd be awesome. You got to get some
We
type
are.
of Doge merch in there.
Hell yeah, man.
Tarps to the
We'll make
moon.
yeah. We'll do something. We'll do something to promote the army, man. A Dogecoin army shirt or something. And Hoge too. Hoge and Doge go together like
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly.
I
Mix a
love
little
the Hoge
safe
community.
the Hoge community is great. You know what? Every time you buy Hoge, it takes like your fees and like they end up like actually destroying some of the coins. So they think that they have some ability to actually keep it like from going like way too high to ever make money and still have a lot of users. So if it ever pops off, I'll be retired. But like, yeah, Hoge is a great one. Safe Moon is like I think a
Safe
little more
Moon.
risky, but it's
I've
Safe
still
Moon.
heard good things about Safe Moon even now.
Well, I put in $150 of profits that I had originally taken out of Doge on like one of the first blasts, and I moved it into Safe Moon. I took 150. It's sitting at $215 right now. Like it's not much. It's like
You
I
made
got
money.
20. I got 26 million Moon coins, right? So if that ever goes to a penny, I have $26,000. Like, you know what I mean? You just grab it and hope.
Unbelievable. It's
With every
unbelievable that digital currency is taking over and starting to be worth more than actual
money.
American currency. Like I
Yeah,
just
man.
don't get the floor. I wish we could get someone. We should try to get someone on the
We are.
podcast that
We are working
understands
on it. We're working
fully,
on it.
yeah, everything about this because I don't get it. One of the great follows on Twitter too, by the way, is the creator of Dogecoin at Billy M2K. The guy just kind of pops off. He's in it for the community. He loves the Doge community. Do only good every day. Shares funny memes. Has funny insights. Just an all-around great follow.
Okay,
You see
cool.
McLovin sneak in here and actually get those clips updated? The Jake Paul clips?
Wow, he actually gets them updated. What a guy. Let's see what we got. Is this which one is it? Oh no, that ain't it. Where is it?
Yeah. Let me call him. Let's make it happen. I'm on one night. Got you hat.
You got a list.
Love to see that, man.
So bald.
Love to see that. Love it. Okay, boys, you know what? We've talked a little bit. We've had our breakfast. Time to get after the day. It's Friday, Jack. We got Bellator tonight, 258. Gonna be a great card in itself. Pettis, Archuleta. Guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Wednesday, Jake Shields podcast back. Breakfast with the boys, Friday mornings. Twitter accounts are already down there. There they are. Found them. Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
Happy Friday.
Yep. TGIF. Have a great weekend. Let's get at it, fellas.
Yeah. Doge to the moon and Hoge
Yeah.
and Safe Moon for my benefit.